Alright guys, today's mission is to get this thing up onto the truck, because I listed this on Kijiji. This is really nice. It's all solid wood. I called it like a front door mirror cabinet. It has these two drawers here, and this one is actually missing a piece of wood down there. See that? So it's missing that wood, but other than that, it's like really nice. It's kind of neat. We just found it on the side of the road. Someone was throwing it out into the garbage. Oh, some bird seed. Someone's throwing it in the garbage, and so we put it in the back of the truck and brought it home. We thought we were going to use it and keep it, but it's just been sitting here on the porch. So I listed on Kijiji, 50 bucks. It's pretty cheap considering it's a pretty nice piece. So I've gotten quite a few people asking me about it, and one person said they would give me $20 extra to deliver it, and they're about 30 minutes away. So we're going to do that because we have some other errands to do. I just recently put up all this barn board wood. You know, I just recently did a little bit of a trim around these windows. I installed these windows about 4 years ago. I put this thing up here with the little hooks just for decoration, really. And we have a little triangle bell. Still use that for, that's kind of like, this is like of our doorbell. It's a little triangle. The kids use that to call me in for dinner. As you can see here, this is like, it still has the old wood nails right there. These wood nails, man, trying to get, if I want to get this piece of wood off of it, because it's nailed directly into these logs, if I want to get that off, it's a job. Like, it's practically impossible. You have to, I remember, like, there was this piece here that was from one of the windows here. So they used these wood nails way back when in the 1800s to secure that. I actually had to use a sawzall and cut all the wood nails because it was just, it's impossible. Those wood nails. Alright, check it out guys. Nice and big open area here. I love it. So I moved all my stuff kind of over there into that part of the yard, and now I have just a lot of space to work with. There's just a scrap washing machine that's just going to the scrap yard. This dryer, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put it on a pallet and maybe, you know, put it out over there somewhere towards the chicken coop. I'm just going to keep it as a backup. You know, I have lots of space around here, so if my dryer ever goes down, I'll have another one to use. I like having the truck here now. This is really good. Just to have it right here, and I can easily move material in and out of this area. So I still have these 3 furnaces to go through, and yeah, it's just kind of area where I'm keeping things like non-ferrous metals. Like there's that bucket of chainsaw parts, a couple working pieces I might sell. Air conditioning season has really slowed down. Not really, like the last 2 weeks, I don't know if I got any air conditioners at all, maybe like 1 or 2. But, you know, I still get some of these ACRs, these rads. So those are the ones I still have to go through right now. Alright, all done. There we have it. Just used a carpet. That's a carpet I use for like if I'm working underneath the truck or something. And then just a blanket there, just to support it a little bit so it doesn't smash around. And then just one strap, just like that, just to make sure it doesn't fly out of the back. Alright, stopping off the bin here. Let's see what we got. This looks like a Husqvarna chainsaw case. No chainsaw. I don't know, maybe that, or Echo chainsaw. Yeah, anyways guys, dropped off that hutch, that cabinet, got 70 bucks. So what do we got here today? Printers, fax machine, that's an old tape deck, this empty computer. Yeah, I came here yesterday And down inside here, there's a whole bunch of brass fittings. I took those, and there was something else that I took that was more valuable. But yeah, oh, a little soldering iron. I wonder if that still works. Lots of printer paper. And back here we got some aluminum siding. So I have this big Sharp TV, Aquos. You can see what's wrong with it right away. I just plugged it in. Great big bang mark right there. And so definitely bad screen. As you can see on the other side though, there's still like the regular static. Yeah, it looks like the menu still works. It comes up. Everything. Yeah, changing the channel. See right there. See the TV coming in. Yep. So everything else on this thing will work. So just a bad screen. So what we're going to do is take it all apart. Take out the boards, and see, it's a really big TV. But I'm going to take out all these boards over here, power supply boards. Take off this stand bracket, and there's going to be some other parts here that I can take and resell it, make a bit of money. And the other thing I'm doing right now, taking apart this generator, Champion generator, 196cc. Going to take this apart. I got it from a little shop that I pick up small engines from, and I messaged them asking them specifically what was wrong with this, and they said it wasn't producing any power at all. There was no output power on it, and they said there was something wrong with the magnetizing contraption there. I'm thinking of just taking out this whole engine because they said the engine works fine. So take that out. Take it all apart, see what happens, see how it goes. Okay, so I am taking apart this generator. There's the base out there. Right here is the gas tank. Just don't know if this camera's lined up. Right here's the gas tank. Just kind of letting the gas evaporate out of it. Remaining gas. I drained most of it out. This little gas can. It's about that full. And right here is like this, I guess, converter electrical panel. A whole bunch of wiring on it. And now here's the bulk of it, bulk of the weight. So we have the engine block and this big electric motor. So I just took out this huge long bolt. This big long bolt was sitting like right through here. Took that out. This piece pops off. So much wiring there. Now I don't think I'm going to be saving this motor at all. This just, look at that. Ooh, that is heavy. That's a heavy sucker right there. Wow. Whew. And then we have this thingamajiggy. Trying to think about what else valuable is on this. What am I going to do with this stuff? I'm not too sure. I mean, that's a big motor. Anyways, just took off the panel off this big TV. I've never seen a speaker like this before. That's kind of neat. It's a funny looking speaker. What else we got here? So we got the main control board, main power supply board here, and this is like the video logic board. So that's what I see so far. They're the main components. This bracket is part of the stand. I could sell that with the stand, or I could sell that separate. So that's what I'm thinking about that. I think there's another board behind here. So yeah, that is the I forget what they call that thing. Mainly the ones that I'm after are these three. So you got your main video board, the power supply board, and this little guy here. After that, just some hardware like this bracket for the base, and I have the base that is downstairs already, so I'm going to sell that. Everything else you know, even like the speakers. I've tried to sell speakers before off these flat screens. These things rarely go bad, so I'm not going to bother. And even if they do go bad, people will often just hook up, you know, some external speakers. Just put all the eBay packages into my truck here. I had it is Tuesday right now, and I had how many sales? Not very many. I think about six eBay sales. It was a long weekend, so the Saturday, those were sales from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It was 6 things, so it hurts, but you know, it's not every weekend can be a winner, right? Is there anything more annoying than a tailgate that doesn't close? I don't know what's going on with this thing. I have to do something about this. I guess these switches are not holding. No matter how hard I slam on it, it's just not going to close. So I'll have to Google it. Gotta Google it, YouTube it, do something, figure out what's wrong. So I just made it back home, and as you can see here, a lot of just loose tin, ductwork, and some other stuff here. Like I got one furnace, Goodman furnace there. Looks like it's complete. Still has the door and everything on it. And yeah, this is also some wiring down there. So they're building a new shop, and so the contractors were there, you know, building and drywalling. Actually, the electrician was there. So I asked him if I could have some of his junk, some of his wiring, and he said for sure. Yeah, some other loose tin. I'll take it all out and show you. My wife Christine, she also got a score today. Look at this. She said she found it on the side of the road. Even though we said, as a rule, no metal or anything in this car. But as you can see here, that rule has been broken. Pile of aluminum here. This is all aluminum low copper. My yard takes that as, so it's higher than the other aluminums. And just a good pile of BX cable too. And loose tin ductwork. And more loose tin. Wash machine. I'm going to put on the truck right now. And pretty sure this furnace has nothing wrong with it. I think that this is just all demolition scrap from their new shop that they're renovating. They're going to be moving to this new place. This is like a side furnace, you know, I guess they just did like some putting in a new furnace and other stuff. And that's new in box. That's like whatchamacallit, air cleaner. So definitely worth checking that up on eBay. And this is Christine's haul. So most of it is just the steel piping, but we got some good copper here. And these old brass fittings, just 2 of those. And on these pipes there's a couple brass fittings too, and copper fittings, so I take those off. Oh, she did really well too. Right now I'm going to load up this washing machine and loose tin, loose ductwork. I'm going to put it in the truck, go to the scrapyard, and I have to go pick up some more scrap today. Yeah, I've had some guys on the channel ask me about my lift here. I still use it all the time. It's just awesome. This little pin here, you know, it's supposed to go in here to stop it from, because it has a tendency to just come back like this all the time. So, but if I put it in there, it's a bit hard to take out once the crane gets all the way up. So I just hold it like this while I'm bringing it up, just so that it's easier to move once I get it all the way up. So I don't have to pull that pin back out. So yeah, I'm just using the straps, just like that. It's awesome. I'll let it down. The other thing I found about this crane is that this piston can be moved. You know, it can be moved any direction that you want, just like that. You get to this point and you have to swing it, well, you can just kind of move it to the other side, no problem. So that's a really good feature too. I just want to keep the yard a little bit clean, so I was just bringing that in. Just washing machine and loose duct work and a little freezer. Of course, you pack in that freezer full of all of your little bits, you know, all of your little bits that would normally fly everywhere. So little screws and whatnot. And then, yeah, so I'm just gonna go have some breakfast and then hit the road. All right, what's up, boys? Just got back home and gonna empty out the truck right now because I have to go back to the post office, bring this stuff to the post office. But I have some eBay packages, so I'm just gonna bring everything out. And I just went to the drop-off bin, and there was a few things there. Microwave, computer, there's a computer back there, and this air conditioner, and then I got a bunch of stuff from the shop. So I'll bring it all out and show you guys what I got. Some pretty good stuff here. Truck is all empty here. I'm just getting ready to go. I kind of just threw everything onto the ground, which I don't usually do, because then I have to move it again. Usually I like to just take it from the truck and then move it like into the trailer over there, but oh well. I just wanted to get it out because I got to go to the post office. So anyways, from the yard they gave me this stuff here. This is probably from that hot water boiler that I picked up a couple days ago. So there's some synchronous motors here that I like to sell. These things are usually brass, and there's brass valve there and copper, of course. And this stuff is just painted copper pipes. So painted copper goes as copper number 2. Just a whole bunch of tin over here. Some speakers from my bin. Got this broken dolly from my bin. Got another ACR plenum from my shop. Microwave from my bin. Air conditioner from the shop. And for anyone who hasn't seen previous videos, all of my refrigerant equipment, air conditioners that they give me, that never has the gases. They always take the gases out before they give it to me, so I don't have to worry about any freon or gases. If you guys ever do get an air conditioner like this with gas in it, I don't know what to tell you about trying to remove it, except to like bring it to a heating shop and ask them to take it out, because there's a lot of gas in those things. You saw that stuff earlier. Also from the shop, they gave me 4 rotors. And this computer is from my bin. And it looks like the person who gave it to me took off all the gold fingers. They took out the RAM and they took out the CPU. What's left for me? Not too much. I mean, there's a hard drive still. I think, oh yeah, there's a floppy disk drive too. Little bits and pieces. Take out the motherboard, take out the hard drive and the floppy. I'm keeping the floppies, just collecting them. And after that, just scrap. I haven't shown you guys last few days about what I've been selling on eBay. Just been pretty busy, sorry. What the heck is that? That is a hot water tank valve. Hot water tank valve, or not valve, a little mercury switch. It's hard to explain what it is. It's like a little mercury sensor from hot water tank. That was like 60 bucks. That is a control board from a Kenmore dishwasher, 2 keyboards, and that there is a really big pool pump motor. I found that at the end of a garage sale day, and there was a sign on it that said free and works, and I plugged it in and it sounded to work great. Sold that for 50. That keyboard's going to Texas. Took a best offer of 32. That keyboard was 25. This board, I think it was 50 or 60 bucks. And this little guy down here, that was that mercury switch. I think that was like 60 bucks too. So that's all from, some of it's today and some of it's from yesterday. Not bad. Okay, so right here we're looking at a couple faucets. Now these are vintage, obviously. These came from a sink that was dropped off at my bin. Now I still actually have this porcelain sink in my yard. It's just sitting on a pallet. It's pretty unique, like a very vintage sink that I'm kind of thinking like because it's so old, it would be nice to try and resell. But yeah, these are the faucets that came from it. Now, see what someone has done is that they've taken these crystal doorknobs, and they put it on the top of the handles for handles for the faucets. Now, that's obviously just like, you know, someone has done that. I don't think it's. I really don't think it came like that. These knobs, they're in my area at least, they seem to be quite common. You'll see them like when someone's been renovating a really old house. You'll see these knobs on doors. Definitely, guys, always grab them if you can. If you ever see them, I've had they seem to always sell for me, these crystal doorknobs. This is the way that I got these faucets, and so they have been up on eBay less than a year for sure. I think about 9 months or so, and I listed them for $89.95, $90, and tonight they sold. So they sold for $90, and they're just going to Quebec. So the shipping's pretty low. I think it's like around $15 or so. So yeah, keep an eye out for stuff like this. Even vintage faucets, brass valves, stuff like that. You know, people like this sort of stuff, and I think it because these ones in particular have these crystal doorknobs. That's what makes them so attractive. And I'm kind of proud of myself that I didn't realize I put these up so high, like $90. But you know, there's no you can set your own prices sometimes. You know, you just put it at a certain price, and like, this is a one-of-a-kind kind of item, take it or leave it, that sort of thing. This is an item that I pulled out of the storage locker that I did a couple months ago. So this is a vintage set, transistor walkie-talkie, 5 transistor walkie-talkie. There's actually, I do remember seeing quite a few comparables on eBay, and they do well. Now I did see one that was like this, so I put it up a little bit higher. I sold this for $45, and you can take a look at them right now. So you see there, they're pretty neat. They kind of remind me of like a walkie-talkie that you would order out of the back of a comic book or something like that. Pretty neat, and it has the whole box with it, and see here, it has like warranty, and yeah, neat stuff. Little schematic as well. So yeah, that is $45, $45 and $20 for shippings, going track packet all the way to Georgia. So yeah, it's been a great night for eBay so far. Just at my drop-off bin. Couple things here. These rotors are always good for a couple bucks. Look at this steel. More steel. Weird. Copper. Look at this guy. Alright, so this guy is obviously collecting gold fingers. And that's it. He doesn't collect brass. Doesn't collect copper. But he does collect radiators. It's weird. I don't know. Alright. Just cutting up all this RAM. I'd like to have a chat with him. Hey guys, just had the drop-off bin. I already threw some big pieces into my truck, but this is what is here now. So, looks like a welder or somebody, and look at this, it's all like stainless. A lot of stainless steel here. That's steel. But like all these pieces here. Not a bad little score here. pretty sweet. Whew. Sweet. So check it out. Today picked up 3 hot water tanks. They're all electric except for that one. That one's a gas. But so I've taken out the switches on these ones, and there was some insulated wire too. So I've taken out the switches. I'm just keeping these for now, and bin down in my basement. And then once that bin gets full, I'll go through them all and list them. It's just some, you know, number 1 insulated copper I took off there as well. The bin had some really good stuff today, as you saw. So it had like a lot of this steel, and it looks like it's just odds and ends from a welder. I think these are a lot of practice pieces that he was using, you know, trying to figure out welding. So I'm keeping these ones here because, see, they're pretty thick, and I should be able to get like heavy melt steel from those HMS 1. There's some other small pieces I got from that guy. So that's all steel, and so that's some other steel today. And over there is just more duct work, and I got these bed rails from my bin. The duct work I got from the shop. It's a lot of renovation stuff, and I also got a whole bunch of BX from their new shop because the contractors are there renovating, so it's just a lot of BX. I took off all the copper on top of the hot water tanks. This crucible, I thought this would be a nice crucible, but I don't think so. You see, it's got like this little lip on the inside, and that's going to be like, once the metal melts in there, it'll just get stuck in there. So it wouldn't be a good crucible at all. Yeah, I don't know what else I could use that for. Probably just going to go in as steel, scrap steel. At my bin, I also got one of these patio stands, and these are always cast iron whenever you see them, like with really nice designs. These are cast iron, and they're easy to take off the poles. You can just bash it with a hammer, pops right out, and you'll be able to get a little bit more for cast iron than opposed to regular steel. I don't know why the scrapyards pay more for this. Basically, cast iron has a higher carbon content, so it's just worth more than scrap steel. And over here, just the stainless steel. So that welder, he also dropped off a whole bunch of these stainless steel pipes. Actually, I think that's aluminum. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's aluminum. I usually go by how it sounds, you know, if it's stain or if it's aluminum. Pretty sure that one would be aluminum. That one would be aluminum too. But mostly stainless steel, like that piece there. It's pretty heavy. Stainless steel, yeah, I usually go by the sound it makes. It makes like a reverberating, long-lasting sound. You know, when you hit it on something. It's hard to tell, I guess, but doing it that way. But usually I can tell if it's stainless just by holding it and touching it. But also the best way to figure out if it's stained or not is to put it on a grinder, and if you see sparks coming off of it, then that means it's stainless steel as opposed to aluminum. Stainless steel, of course, is mostly valued because of nickel, and so it goes up and down based on the nickel prices. But I always find that aluminum and stainless steel pretty much the same thing. Well, sheet aluminum, that is. This one here is probably go in as like they'd probably give me an extrusion price for it or something like that. Anyways, this bin is really nice. It's got a lot of stainless steel. It's pretty heavy. I mean, maybe like 20 pounds or so. I'm going to load up the truck, keep those hot water tanks up there, load up the truck, get a scrap run ready for tomorrow morning, and I'll bring in the truck and a trailer of shreddable steel. The trailer is pretty full. It's just a lot of loose stuff in there, and I strapped down this shelf to kind of hold it all in there. And over here I have 3 hot water tanks, a stove, 2 microwaves, and a bunch of loose tin. Let's go get paid. Saturday today, scrapyard's closing in about like an hour or 2, so I only have time for this load today, and then we'll save the rest for next week. Whoops, I almost forgot my coffee. Alright, guys, all done at that scrapyard. Man, that was a mess. What a mud hole. Wow. I didn't get stuck or anything, but the place that they're having everyone drop off the steel is really, really tight, and there's like 3 or 4 trucks at a time dropping off steel in this one little mud hole. And I got you know, I got blocked in by another truck, and I had to wait. I was just sitting in my truck for like 10 or 15 minutes, just sitting waiting for the other guys to finish and clear out. It was a pain. Ugh. Hope they get that fixed soon. Anyways, it was 1,600 pounds of steel, $119. Happy about that. So that's going to be it for the weekend. Guys, really hope you like the videos, and I'm going to keep putting them up because loving the scrap life, love the resale life. I'm just very passionate about this, and it's just, I hope it's rubbing off on you guys, that you guys can make some money too. Alright, until next time guys, have a great day, have a great week, keep scrapping. Cheers.